And these are the tools recommended. Some plastic picks, interior trim tools, X-Acto knife, easy dabbers. These are actually used for touch-up paint, but I use these to apply the primer inside the recess where the letterings go. A couple of Q-tips, squeegee with felt, and this is probably one of the most important steps of the preparation, is the 3M94 primer. This is primarily used for vinyl wrapping jobs on areas where there's a lot of tension or surface irregularities. So this is the critical part. Spray a bottle of water, can of dust, duster, and alcohol to prep. I would use plastic prep, but sometimes it actually discolors the plastic. So let's get started. We're gonna go. So James, if you want to pull down the cord? Yeah, pull down the cord. So we're gonna just give this a good wipe down, get any kind of silicone or contamination that would be on there. And then what I usually do is I'll go in there with the Q-tip just to make sure the entire area is covered, because if you don't do this, it's going to come off. And James, I've been power washing my car for 4 months and mine has not come off. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna let that dry. James, you want to grab me the heat gun quick? So we'll use the heat gun just to go over it to dry everything up, just so everything evaporates. Okay. So before you put the primer on, any little dust, contaminants. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up, but there's a lot of little things in here. So the trick to this is you just put a little bit on, and then you let it dry. It's very similar to contact cement. And it goes on like water, like you could see. You just dab that guy in there, and you're gonna just go around a little bit. And like I said, this is just gonna guarantee the adhesion, because vinyl does not stick very good to plastic, especially the plastic that these bumpers are made out of today. It's like a ABS polypropylene or whatever the fuck blend they make them out of. Nothing sticks to them, not even glue. So, and like I said, we're just gonna go in there. And you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to do 2 coats. You just want to get it coated. So what this is going to do, it's going to lock the vinyl into the pores of this plastic. Okay. Is it picking up that, James? Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, like I said, just take your time. This is not a 5-minute job. I wish it was. Okay. We're almost there. The L is the one that tends to lift a lot, as I've seen others at shows, and it looks like they probably didn't take the time to prep it and do all of this. So we're gonna do it. It's funny, as you're actually putting this stuff on, you could feel how slick the plastic substrate is. And it dries. You could see it, James. It's pretty dry already. You know? And okay. Alright. Prep is finished. So we're going to let that dry for a few minutes and individually apply the decals. I usually position it with a little bit of water in case it has to move, and then we'll heat set it with the heat gun. I'm going to just apply a little bit of heat. And the thing with plastic and heat, you just don't want to go too hot and too close. Then you'll usually damage something. Okay, so spray a little bit of water, and then usually I get the letters off with the X-Acto knife carefully. You got to be very careful because these are delicate, as you can see. What a fucking pain in the ass this is. Alright, we got it off the transfer paper. Now it's just a matter of start there. That one's in a good spot. So you got to have a good blade on the X-Acto knife. That is critical. Just so you could get in there. Take your time. That's the key. And don't worry if you try to get any like bubbles or anything, because we could work that out afterwards. So I would say this one is in position and done. What do you think, James?
It's done.
You know, if you actually really look at some of these, as the vinyl lays in there, is that the recess is not perfect, you know, the way it's molded, but I think it looks pretty good. Okay, like I said, another little mist of water just for positioning. See, that one went in there nice and easy. The S and the E are the hardest ones. I guess that's just how it's got to be. So once they're in position, then we'll go over them and we're going to heat set everything. How annoying is that? Oh, this fucking thing. You hold it carefully. Yeah, the E is a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's just too much surface tension on there. And of course the gravity is pulling all the water down. I guess we should have had the car back down on the ground. The stuff is tacking up. It's really tacking up. So you just gotta manage holding it and positioning it. So I'm so anal that I want to have everything perfectly straight. And we got it. So how's it look so far?
It's great.
It's not easy.
Halfway there.
Halfway, exactly. The L's the easy one. Yeah, it's great when it sticks to you, right when you peel it off. Nope, that's got it. No, this has to get completely repositioned. The thing is, the trick is you can't pull too hard once it starts sticking, because that primer, it's like super glue. But that's what you need in order for this not to come off in the winter and power washing and car washing and all that. See how tedious this job actually is. But I mean, we're knocking it out. We've only been working on it for a couple of minutes, so it's not that big of a deal. So we're good here. And this one's gonna be fun. Yeah, we got lucky on that one. That worked out well. Cool. Oh, great. That wasn't me. You see this when the plotter cut these out. Got a little bit of the transfer paper stuck to it. Just lay it in, start in the left corner, and then gradually just drop it in into the recess. And that's it. That is how to properly prep and apply the GT350 vinyl. These are sold on eBay through a vinyl distributor based out in South Florida. Then what we'll do is we go over it with this just to dry up some of that water. And I'm going to use the squeegee with the felt just to apply pressure. I got the heat gun set at 4. Now you want to get it hot, but not too hot where it's going to singe the vinyl. Just a little bit of pressure. And we're done. And it looks great. Looks beautiful. Yeah, you're not seeing a Photoshop photo. There are 2 red GT350s. So And this is my car. Those letters have been on for months, and I power wash the crap out of it 3 times a week, and everything's good. So I'm going to put a link in the description to all of the items used in this install for Amazon, and you guys can pick it up and feel free to do it yourself, because if you make a mistake, you're gonna complain and bitch and moan, and you're gonna have to order another set of decals.